Welcome to Food Travelers. In this episode, we are in Vancouver, British Columbia. We're visiting a all-you-can-eat Daimanya restaurant. It's a Japanese restaurant located closer to Richmond, British Columbia than it is Vancouver downtown itself.
That's right, Simon. So it's actually closer by Parker Place and the Aberdeen Station in Richmond, BC. And their operation hours is from 4:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. Daily. And Tuesdays they actually open from 4:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. And on the front of the restaurant, as you saw in the video, it might have shown 5 p.m. at the opening time. That's actually incorrect, and we do recommend you check the website for updated hours as they do change. As for our time here, we actually made reservations for the early bird special, which started at 4:30 p.m. And at the time of this recording, for the early bird special, it was 68 Canadian per person for Monday to Thursdays, and Fridays to Sundays was 78 Canadian. And for the early bird special, it's an all-you-can-eat time until 7 p.m. or before 7 p.m. And they have like a normal all-you-can-eat time that is a 2-hour time limit, and that's roughly $10 more Canadian per person. And then at 9 p.m. they actually have something called a late night special, and it's the same price as the early bird special. And for children ages 5 to 10, it's actually half price. And they also offer a free birthday special with ID proof needed at the time of eating.
And as you saw earlier in the video, you probably saw the kind of location went in. It's in the strip mall, kind of deep inside of a parking garage and some other shops. So it's not exactly difficult, but not necessarily easy to find as well. Once you go in, and as Micah said, do make reservations because the place is not very large, and so it gets quite crowded. And when we were there, it filled up pretty fast.
Yeah, and like we said, it's really small inside. They do have booth tables or private tables for larger parties, so that is something available. And yeah, you do want to make reservations for that as well. So starting off here, we kind of started off with sashimi and soup and a bunch of other stuff, Simon. I would say this is kind of like a more premium style all-you-can-eat restaurant where they have a lot of different choices.
Yeah, I would agree. I was actually really pleasantly surprised, and the quality was pretty good. Much better than I was kind of assuming for a place that you can just kind of eat and keep going for as long as you want. They offered quite a variety, and you saw earlier in the video they give you actually a sheet where you kind of fill out all the different things you wanted. And at that time, we actually filled out quite a bit, and so this first kind of section of ordering that you see, we actually ordered all these things and they started coming in, and it filled up the table really fast.
Yeah, the table that they gave was actually pretty small. I was kind of surprised how small the table was for a all-you-can-eat restaurant. I kind of expected, well, maybe if it's an all-you-can-eat, you should maybe, I guess, time the food a little bit better in how quickly they come out. I did read some reviews where people were saying that it can be kind of slow, but maybe that's towards the end of the eating time of the restaurant when they're a little bit more busy, I would say.
Yeah, I would estimate early on it's probably the best time to kind of get everything you want in a much quicker pace, and then once it gets really busy, they probably slow down quite a bit. And going back, the seat that we had, yes, it was a booth, but it was kind of an odd. There's a one kind of entrance to go in and out where I was sitting, and so if I wanted to go anywhere, I'd have to Micah leave if I had to go to the restroom or something, and so he'd have to step off. Not exactly convenient, and it did make it kind of feel really tight and quite crowded in a sense, in terms of everything was getting really compact.
Yeah, and as you saw in the video, one of the dishes that we got was the foie gras. I thought it was kind of interesting to see that offer for all-you-can-eat. I didn't quite feel like it was that tasty for a seat foie gras over like the toast. I felt like the toast itself was maybe on the softer side, not as crispy taste in terms of texture.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of a hit and miss. And so there were some really nice things. I thought the sashimi was very good and kind of things that were more onto that side. And then you had things like you said, the foie gras, where it just came a bit on the mushy side. The flavor was kind of off and the breading was not crispy as you would expect it with foie gras. So it was hit and miss, but if you found something that was a hit, it was very good. If you found something that was a miss, which we didn't, which we did find later on, and you'll see that in the video later on, that we did find something we didn't particularly like that much. But at least the good part is it's all you can eat, so it kind of allows you to go try all these different things. And if you actually really like something, you can order some more, which we did because we actually ended up getting a second set of sashimi, which is one of our favorite things to eat.
Yeah, I think that's the best part of these all-you-can-eat restaurants is you can try pretty much anything that you want to try, and that looks interesting. Some of the items looks interesting on the menu, and when you try it, it's not quite there. But another thing I did want to also mention is they have this I guess it's a sukiyaki bowl or hot pot seafood, and they do make it as a one order per table. So we got the A5 Wagyu sukiyaki, and I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. I enjoyed this as well. It was pretty good. There's in our prior videos of different restaurants, especially Japanese restaurants that we visit in Micah, I generally order sukiyaki. And it's always every time we order in the menu and I look at it, there's sukiyaki and then there's something else, but then I always lean towards sukiyaki. But as you can see here in the video, they'll bring the pot, they order it, they already fill it up with different vegetables, mushrooms, and the meat, and it kind of sits in there and you let it simmer and cook down to however you want to, and then you kind of just share it with whoever's at the table with you.
And I'm also glad that they brought the egg yolk on the side so that you can decide if you want to add it into your sukiyaki bowl or actually use it as a dipping, I guess like a dipping for the meats and everything.
Yeah, for me, Michael, my preference always, as you know, is to have the egg as a dipping, and so I always use it as a dipping sauce for me. As you go in and you get the kind of a little too texture. It kind of makes it a little creamy and a little savory with the little sweet sauce and liquid from the sukiyaki. I really enjoy that combination, and it's always something that's hard for me to step away from, so I always end up getting it and having that flavor profile together.
Another thing I wanted to mention was in this sukiyaki bowl is they gave us this giant mushroom, and I wanted to eat it right away, but we didn't quite dunk it in deep enough, so it ended up being pretty raw. So that's something I think you guys should point out and make sure you push it in deep enough on that one. They also offer other dishes such as fried rice and udon and noodles as well, but for a all-you-can-eat, it's always something that we avoid is not too much carbs.
And here you can see Micah eating it's a pate, Micah. I forgot exactly what it was called, but it's kind of the fish foie gras. I guess that's what it's known as.
Yeah, it's called the enkimo, which is a monkfish liver, which is, as they reference it, as foie gras of the sea. I'm really not a fan of it. I felt like, to be honest, I thought I was eating cat food. The texture of it is not my favorite. I also did not like the taste or the smell of it.
And as you can see here how tight it was, leaving I had to go across and then cut through the table, so it is pretty tight. You see how small it is, but overall this is a pretty good restaurant. I would definitely go again to find something, especially if you hit things that you really like enjoying. You wouldn't be disappointed.
And to wrap up our video, here are our notables. Unfortunately for this one, there are none.
If you've enjoyed the content you've seen, don't forget to support the channel and hit like and subscribe. And if you want to see additional pictures of food and our travels, go over to our Instagram page and follow us there. And thanks for watching.